he said, my name is Satyadeep Gupta, 2007 pass out, and roll number 5806. And now I have been taken break from sailing for past 3 years, and I'm pursuing mountaineering and fitness. Like mountaineering, I have started long back, 8, 10 years back. But these 2 years, last 2, 3 years, it has been really, pumped up the scale and all. And fitness, I've I've stepped into fitness big time, because what I've felt is any field of life, anything with that we do, health and fitness are most important. Okay, I am into mountaineering, but still, even for like seafarers, it's very, very relevant on board ship and as well as when we are at home. Because without fitness, we cannot actually enjoy the life. There's no quality of life without being fit, or without being healthy. There's no point chasing doctors or going to hospitals, rather than just spending 30, 40 minutes doing workout, taking care of your body. So fitness now have been like hugely involved. And about mountains, first, yes, this world record we made this year of climbing Everest, Mount Everest, the highest mountain of the world, and Mount Lhotse, the fourth highest. These two mountains I climbed twice in like within 1 week. So nobody usually does that, and nobody has done that ever. So that is the reason it's like a world record. And we have been planning for this from quite some time. A lot of planning was behind all these things, and a lot of support as well from the DMET alumni and my college, my batch, sorry, because financially it was a huge challenge for me. I'm hearing a lot of disturbance.
I'm muting people, don't worry.
Okay. So yeah, financially also, like the help from my college and batch was like unparalleled, I will say. And that is how we have entered this. So currently now, first of all, I would like to, Pratik, I would like to discuss about fitness, because nowadays I'm seeing a lot of, uh, healthy, unhealthy and unfit things going around. And
Yeah.
even even at my gym, yes, I have opened my gym from past 2 years. So I train people, mostly fitness, not bodybuilding. That's not my area. And what I have seen is ki people, instead of spending just 20, 30 minutes, they, end up with huge disadvantages. And for seafarers, with this current paced life, of shipping and lot of rules, stress, everything, I think again, fitness is more and more relevant. So anybody saying that they don't have 20 minutes is just not true. Everybody has those 20, 30 minutes. And 20 minutes, why I'm saying is because it's a standard time duration. Like if you do 20 minutes workout cardio per day, the benefits will, start revealing themselves. It won't reveal in 1 day or 1 month, but yes, in few 3 months and all, you will see visible changes in your lifestyle. And there is a added benefit also of the mental health, because people think ki physical health and mental health are not related. That's not true. If you are physically very fit, working out, healthy, your mood is always elevated. You are in a a calm state of mind. And also, if we talk about medical terms, workout reduces your heart rate. That is well known fact. Now when your heart rate is lower, already try to your body tries to be less stressful. And in crunch situation, in cases where there is a urgency, emergency, if you have a lower heart rate, you tend to make more rational decisions rather than having a high heart rate, blood pressure rising up. That's not good for anything. So in shipping, in my personal experience also, I've seen like in very, very crunch situation also, my fitness always helped me to stay calm, and that again helped the decision making, and it overall turned out to be a good decision. Also, like it's very easy nowadays, like I see shipping and all, and in life also, a simple smartwatch can help you, gauge yourself. So the technology has enabled us to give us a very good insight of fitness, and we should use it actually. Like a resting heart rate, VO2 max, heart rate variability. There are a lot of factors. A simple smartwatch will tell you, and you can gauge, and within 3, 4 months, you can see the results. And that is when you start getting motivated also, because when you see the physical results happening, that okay, my heart rate was 60, 70, now it has come to 55. that is when you get motivated to do more. So I'll suggest everyone, like, doing any any work in the world, kindly, take care of your health and fitness.
That is absolutely the theme of today's session, because we have seen a lot of people around us getting sick. So one of my batchmate uh, is not able to join on board because of his BMI issues. Even I know if I am going to sailing, I would also face some similar issue. But he is an active sailor who is not able to join ship right now because of the same issue. Uh, uh, the food habits of seafarers are very erratic. Once you are on board, you tend to get a disciplined life. You can do a lot of, but I have seen a lot of people when they are at land for 5 to 6 months, they tend to gain significant amount of weight. I guess you must have uh, also noticed this. So how to tackle that, and how you have tackled that? You have sailed a lot as well. So I guess you last sailed just before COVID, if I'm right.
Yeah, after COVID, like, yeah, till 21 November, I was sailing actively. And that's like 15 years after 2017. So 15 years has been my sailing career. And yes, that's very true. I've seen like people gaining weight. And I'm telling you, the weight gain is like just 30 minutes you have to spend. 30 minutes, if you can spend in the entire 24 hours period, I can, like, be very sure of it that you won't gain weight that much. And the food habits is like, okay, once in a while you had your sweets or outdoor eating, but if you eat it on a regular basis outdoor, then yeah, it is gonna be a problem. The best solution to it is eat as much as possible at your home, because home food is always healthy than anything that we get outside, hands down, like that is a fact. And 30 minutes of workout, that is it. It's as simple as that. That is all you need to stay healthy and fit. And BMI issues, yes, it's a big issue. Like in my gym also, I see a lot of people coming of weight of 120, 150, 160, and I'm like, what you are doing, guys? Oh, and they're not aged or something. They are like in their 20s. So that's very surprising. And the main reason I find out behind it is outside eating, junk food eating. They eat a lot of momos, pizza, burgers, and then, and then they
I would
eventually come
also,
to me.
I would also like to highlight. You also know this. I lost my school batchmate, and
Yes.
he seemed to be very fit. He was one with six pack ab, and he had a cardiac arrest, and he lost his life. And so, how we look at that parameter? Someone who
Right.
is, because if he's passing away with cardiac arrest, he was not actually fit, but he had six pack ab and everything. That is something most of the gyms are selling these days.
Yes, right. Very true.
When you join gym, they will sell you something. Okay, you will lose weight immediately in 2 weeks. So I will just share a story. I'm traveling with my wife. She's on duty right now. I'm in Thailand right now. I was just walking in one of the markets. Some An Afghani fellow came in that he will say that he will give me an oil. I will lose weight in 7 days. And my wife became so serious that she almost went to the shop. So there are similar things when we join gym happen. A trainer always have like a one injection, something like this.
Yeah.
Take that, and that. So are you in gym term that all a natural athlete, or you have taken supplements in your journey as well to aid you in your fitness?
No, currently till now, touch wood, I have never taken any supplement of any kind. And when people join my gym, who take training from me, we always have other trainers as well. So I don't recommend them any supplement whatsoever. I tell them eat natural. The only difference between eating natural and taking supplements is that a person eating natural food will take much longer time to gain the same gains rather than person taking supplements. And okay, if your person is going for strictly bodybuilding, going on a stage and doing bodybuilding competition, okay, then there are other supplements which are healthy, and there is a pattern to it. It's not that you take the supplement whenever and whatever you want. No, there is a quantity specified, because sports person, the actual bodybuilding competition people, they do it, but they do it in a manner which is sustainable and healthy. And then they get themselves checked up every 6 months. But what is happening nowadays is people see those people who are, professionally taking it, and they just take the supplements without having knowledge what is right, what is wrong. And another thing that I see in gym nowadays, as he mentioned, that a cardiac arrest, people use coffee like, like it's water. So it's not water. There's a difference between coffee and water. Coffee elevates your heart rate. It elevates your heart blood pressure also. So they take it just to, give a kick for the workout, which personally I never take. And I don't recommend also, because the gains are short and the risk is too huge. So the best way is to eat healthy and, understand the theory behind it. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Suppose someone says, ki, boss, I have to take protein powder. I want to get bulkier muscles. I'll say, okay, no problem. First of all, I'll recommend them a original one. Never duplicate, buy from an authentic source. Second, check the ingredients. Some of them have a very high dosage of caffeine and sodium. You don't want to take those things. It's not going to help you unless you are a very high grade professionals. But we are not talking about those people. That is the main reason why cardiac arrests are happening these days in gym. You must have heard all the news. But rest assured, I have been doing gym from, past 2-3 years very rigorously. Like I'm doing gym 4 hours, 5 hours a day without supplement, without any issues. So gym is perfectly healthy. It's just you have to follow certain things and avoid shortcuts. People who are saying that they will get, weight loss in 7 days, 1 month, please don't go to them. Like deep down, you also know that they are bluffing. So don't believe those things. They are not going to happen.
I see a lot of young cadets who are still in college have joined us today's session. So welcome all the cadets, current cadets, and a lot of things are happening in college as we have all heard. So my advice to everyone is shut the outside noise, focus on your studies, and try to pass out in 4 years of the time frame. And what is your recommendation to all the college cadets, because they will be starting the journey, which is very rigorous. So when you are in ship, you don't realize how physically rigorous it is going to be. For example, I fainted on the first day in the purifier room at sea. So because the temperature was so high and I was never used to that temperature. I guess no one is when they are joining. So what is your advice so that they can maintain their fitness now also when they are in college and at sea as well, because they're just starting out? And I guess it's our duty to guide them in that journey as well,
See,
because if you are not fit, you won't be able to survive at sea. So that's one thing for sure.
for all the new beginners and people in college, first I'll tell you about myself. Like, you'll be surprised to know that I never did any sporting activity when at college. I was like into computer games. We used to play computer games full day. And I myself was not doing any sporting activity whatsoever. And therein I realized something, that mountaineering has changed me. Like we call it the power of a dream. I dreamt to climb Mount Everest and create a world record. And then that dream changed my lifestyle. It changed me completely. From being a person who is playing, 8-10 hours of computer games, hardly any physical activity, to a person who is, I was peak time, I was working 6 hours a day. So that power of dream is very, very important. So for all the newcomers, I will say have a dream first, because that dream will propel you. Whether it's a dream of, becoming chief engineer, becoming good at your work, joining a good company. Either way, anything, have a dream. Without dream, we are all lost. Without dream, it's just, doing the things monotonously like machines. But we are not machines. And for the fitness part, our college has huge, ground. It has a good gym, because last I visited, the gym was in correct conditions, and the swimming pool. So make use of those things. Hardly 30-40 minutes, as I said, it's nothing if you look at it. People think they are too busy. And in college, though, 40 minutes taking out time is like very, very simple. Nothing. Evening, you can always go to gym or go to just the ground, have a 2 rounds, 5 rounds. That's it. That will keep you physically fit. And when you join a ship, focus on your sleep. don't sacrifice sleep way too much. Not every day will be that busy. It cannot be that way. You have time for sleep. What you do is people, watch a movie or do some odd thing rather than sleeping well. So don't sacrifice your sleep. You can always watch movie later on. And not all days are busy. Like, we'll have plenty of off days on ship. Nothing to worry about it. And stay calm. The best thing is to stay calm. Like he said, you enter a purifier room, you feel very hot or you feel something, odd. Just come out of the purifier room for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, go back in, drink some water, salts, ORS, keep yourself hydrated. That is on ship. And, don't fall into a situation where you actually faint. Try to prevent it beforehand. That's all, Pratik, I think.
Yeah. No, I was just listening and making some notes of those things because I guess these things will be useful for even for people like me, especially for people like me who are overweight. And for anyone who has any question for Satyadeep regarding fitness, I guess a lot of people, more than 50 people, have joined the session. So I guess we should open. So any question, if anyone can just raise hand or can just unmute themselves and ask question, because we would like to keep it interactive and involve more people
Yes.
that they can ask more questions.
Hello, Satyadeep sir.
Hello,
Manjeet
hello.
here. Sir, I'm 2012 pass out, and I actually, honestly speaking, I just wanted to speak to you directly in the sense like I have very, very similar goals. I have always dreamt big. I like my dreams go very high, but the only thing is like when we go on the ship, I have been always active in sports. I still do. I did marathons. I did everything like I could because sports is something which has always drawn me. And you know,
Yes.
this if you go like following the diets and all of that. So I've always followed that. But the only thing which is happening right now when you start getting caught up in, you know, the क्या बोलते हैं, family life, then your job and all of that, you somewhere start to, you know, that feel like, you know, that your dreams are too big to achieve. Like what you have achieved when you said, you know, that you are not even into sports when you were in college. And then when you passed out and then you started, you know, moving towards this, it's basically it's a manifestation. Once you put something in your mind, automatically the world aligns you towards that, and you eventually, like, you know, you reach there. It's like that. That is how I believe it. Abhi to,
Correct.
like, for me, what I feel like, you know, that I also started, you know, on a similar path. And like with all the things which is happening in my life right now, it seems it has took a pause, and it has took a pause for a greater while. Like, you know, last 3 4 years I'm not reaching anywhere. But yes, I can, like, from going here to the point where you actually go and realize your dream, like what would it take, you know, that like, you know, that stubbornness that is which is lingering in the life right now, like how to break that.
See, Manjit, can you switch on your camera also? It's always, better to interact with seeing the face.
Hello, I met you during that DMET this thing last year. We were having the Delhi meet. That time I
Just
met you also.
I can't see, like, where is Manjit? I'm sorry, I'm not very used to
Uh,
this,
oh, sir, you can see
Yeah,
me, I guess.
now I can see you clearly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yes.
Manjit, right. See, I tell you one thing. People always think, when we have a dream and we start pursuing it, will be very interesting, we will be enjoying. That's all bullshit. I'll tell you, it is very boring. First thing I'll tell you, that is a fact. Okay. I wake up even today, like today is Sunday, today is my off day. Otherwise, I wake up 4:20 every day. And trust me, it's not interesting. It is boring. So you have to first of all prepare mentally that I will do it no matter what. How much boring I will suffer. Be ready to have those suffering. Be ready to suffer those suffering first. And for the family part, as you asked, very important. Again, my family, they are very much against mountaineering because mountaineering is a very dangerous sport. Every year
Little
people die.
dangerous. Yes.
It's
Yes.
fact, like, but what what they see is that this guy, he wakes up at 4:20 a.m. He works out, so much that I don't need to do that much workout what I'm doing. Honestly speaking, like touch wood, I have reached a physical standard where I don't need to do workout that much for climbing mountains nowadays. But I still do heavy workout just to, there will be one day where I will be caught up in bad weather, where,
Definitely, yes.
shit happens. One day will
It
come
happens.
where,
It always happens. Yes.
I'll
You
always
never
happen.
know.
Yeah. I'm just getting prepared for that day. And this workout, this dedication gives my family a confidence that, okay, boss, he's not just, fooling around. He's putting in his hard work. And at the end, I tell them that, see, like, if it is my time to die, I will die. Nobody can stop it. Okay. So, and everybody will die one day. Like there is a Buddhist saying, what they believe. They said every day, remember that you will die one day. Okay.
Yeah, that is how we live basically. If you are a sports person, that what I have realized, and
Yeah.
what you told, no, that the discipline that it takes, because if something like that, that is what I always tell my wife also. If something tells me that I have to wake up so early in the morning, I also wake up like close to 4 and all. I am not doing right now because I just recently had a newborn. But when I was in my routine, I always used to do the similar thing. I used to wake up around 4, then 4:30 on the ground, then preparing, doing warm up and the routine and everything, and then you just
Correct.
go and then do the throughout day the practice and everything. But you know that these things, what, like, that what make you you start looking at the small increments and the results that happen each and every day. You might not notice on a one day, but eventually it happens, that over a month or over a 2 month and all. And suddenly, everybody is noticing you. Okay, this guy is doing something different, and he might achieve and like you do something bigger in the life or something like that. And it's all there, like, that regarding the fitness part where I'm confused, like, right now, that like you said, you are having a gym, and there are a lot of forms of exercise that we can do at present. There is calisthenics, there is gym, then there is what you said, fitness, and there are a lot of things which play a lot of part, like, that it's basically how you want to represent yourself. This is how I see the fitness also, because that everybody, a bodybuilder has a different physique, a sprint runner has a different, a sports player has definite, specific sports player has a different set of exercises and routine that what that person sets in. So, going from as a mariner, as a sailor, like where we used to have, I guess, all the engineers specifically, they have a lot of, I believe they have a good core, because there are a lot of running and there are a lot of jogging around. If them are still working, if them are like not lazing around and working on two good ships which are happening, which are very much automated, and everything is getting controlled by the ECR. But I have worked on ships where you are on all on your toes, like at least for a 24/7. So we have seen the periods. So ab ye hai that reaching that fitness goals that you set for yourself, and being that disciplined to reach that while handling your professional and personal life, that is something that, like, would like to learn from people like you. And then later on, things, when big things are supposed to happen, it will happen, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. See, fitness, there are a lot of things and market right now, no, because Acha, I will also tell you about one venture which I have recently opened, LT Edge. I have started now training mountaineers in physical aspects, physical, mental, whatever. So what I've seen, the people, like my exercise routine is very simple. I go with the basics routines and they actually, produce results. But people often tell me that, Satya sir, your workout is quite simple. Why don't we do calisthenics or this? I said, it's not needed. You do what is needed. Don't, there are a lot of things to do. If you want to do calisthenics, okay, let's go for calisthenics. Forget mountaineering then. If you want to learn mountaineering, let's do mountaineering training. So you have to be very specific in what you want and do that only. See, you cannot do everything. You have to understand that.
Exactly.
Even my gym, no, I see people deadlifting 150, 180, 200 kgs. Sometimes I also get in a mind, okay, let's train for powerlifting because I have the core. I have the basic core setup. Whichever way I want, it will take me like, few months, a year, I'll achieve that. But then again, mountaineering training will suffer. So you cannot have everything.
Exactly.
You cannot have everything. That is like a fact. Choose your goal and then do specific training. And I would say have some kind of mentor or ask someone who knows the thing. Training in the wrong
Yes.
direction, it will not, yield result. It's like, a saying, there is a saying that it doesn't matter how fast you are running if you don't know the direction to run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree,
So
sir. Agree, sir.
yeah. So choose a dream or whatever you want, and then do specific training for that. Very, very specific. Don't divert. That is when you will see
Okay, sir.
result, and you will be, more motivated also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hopefully, like we'll be in touch later on again,
Sure, sure.
because we'll see. Yeah. Now to the other juniors, if they want to ask something.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone has any question, they are like free to ask. Hello.
Hi.
पता नहीं भाई.
Dilip sir, do you have anything you want to ask Satyadeep sir, or share some your story of your fitness journey?
Yes, I would be very happy to hear from you, sir.
Thank you very much. I agree with one thing very honestly and very frankly. That is, you have to set a goal. If you don't set a goal, you will not be psychologically motivated. That I agree 100%. Setting a goal. Now, personally speaking, as you grow older, you become a little lazy. So, my question to you is how to overcome this laziness which comes with age.
Thank you, sir, for first of all, agreeing the goal part, because that is seriously very important. I have also felt that if you don't have a goal, you cannot achieve anything. And second, the laziness part, sir, it's not about laziness. What I've seen in my gym, uh, mostly the problem with the getting older is the loss of muscle mass in body. The muscle mass tends to, reducing and reducing, and it keeps on reducing. It comes to an extent where it's not supporting you well, or it's not providing you the confidence of doing something. So, what I suggest people is key, first of all, you start working out very slow pace and set a rule. I don't work about motivation and all those things are like fancy items. I work on rules. You get say a rule that today, every day I will do this. That is a rule which I will not break. And that's a promise you have to make to yourself, and start very, very light. Say 20 minutes. 20 is my ideal. Like I said, everyone, whenever they join newcomers in the gym, if they're above 50, 60 years of age, I say 20 minutes you have to come to the gym every day, no matter what happens. It's raining, it's no matter what happens, that's it. If the road is open, you come. And then what will happen in 2 3 months? No, your brain will get wired to that 20 minutes. It has to come. And that is how slowly you will start regaining your muscle strength. And there is another one more myth that people have, that old age people, they should not lift weights. That is totally absurd. Lifting weights is the single most thing that will, help you age better, I will say, because your body, your muscle mass will be getting strengthened. I give you an example, sir. Like I am 39 right now. Suppose I lift every day 50 kgs every day for the rest of my life. So what will happen? Today and tomorrow will not have any difference, right? What I can do today, I can do tomorrow also. Slowly, this today and tomorrow will transform into me at 60 or 70 lifting 50 kg, because that I am doing every day. So that is like the power of habit, as we call it. So what I will suggest is, sir, start going out first thing. You make a rule, like, that I have to go. I'm telling you, first 7 days, first 15 days will be very difficult. And after 3 4 6 months, it will be very difficult not to go. Then you will go, but yes, initial 15 days, that pain we have to go through. Without going through that pain, yeah, things are difficult. Like we have to start somewhere. That static resistance, no? That friction, that static friction is yeah. And lift weights.
Another question which comes to my mind is the diet scenario. The diet in Western countries are very rich in protein. So we literally have to force ourselves to eat more vegetables. So how to control that? How to tell yourself that no, I have to eat a certain diet to pursue my regular exercise, regular weight check, regular blood pressure, and mental alertness. So how that the diet is a very important thing.
So diet, sir, is very specific and it's very, a subjective matter, person to person, it varies. First of all, diet will also vary upon any, medical condition a person has. Some people are not very tolerant to protein. They can't digest. Some are other lactose issues. So all sorts of issues will come. So we have to choose what works best for our body. And it has to be a balanced diet. Like, after a certain age, we cannot go all out on protein. Okay, like having 150 grams of protein and all per day, it won't help. That will create uric acid problems, you know and digestion problems as well, so that won't help. So diet has to be balanced, first thing. And the best solution to it is, sir, to eat at home. Like that, I find is the best solution. Whenever we eat at home, we can always have a control of what we are putting in our food. The moment we step outside, the control is lost. And as per your age, I will suggest, like, it's best if you are healthy. Touch wood, I feel like you are healthy. If you don't have any issues, so add a certain amount of veg protein to your diet. Maybe sprouts or broccoli, avocados are good. There are other sources, soya bean, not that much, maybe okay once a month. And you can cut down on not that much, like fats or carbs, little bit cut down, but not very less also. Because carbohydrate, in, I will say, like, for public information, like, people think the carbohydrates are all bad. In the, like, the bodybuilding world, everybody says that cut down your carb, cut down your carb. See, that is not entirely true. Why? Because carbohydrate, the word itself has hydrate in it. Okay. The more we eat carbs in our body, it helps us keep hydrated also. The cells that contain water, those are very important for our body. So if we cut down on carbs completely, our body will start getting dehydrated. Then that will again produce its own kind of issues. So we don't want to do that also. But yes, the single most important thing, if anybody asks me what is in diet, that's the protein. If our muscles are intact, sir, our body will keep functioning very, very smoothly. Even mental, our entire brain is made of what? Protein. The neurons inside, they're all protein only. So protein is, like, very, very important. And the other aspect I will say you is the VO2. I'm sure everybody, like, must have heard or not heard. I will explain it. VO2 max is the ability of our body to absorb oxygen. Now, this VO2 max, earlier, people used to think that they are just for elite athletes or all, but it's not true. That's relevant for everyone. And VO2 max, even now, scientists are linking it with longevity of life. How long you live, VO2 max has a say in it. Now, I don't know how true it is, but the scientists are suggesting this. And a simple smartwatch will tell you your VO2 max. So, you buy a smartwatch, eat healthy, run for 20 minutes outside, lift weights, 15-20 minutes. Within 40 minutes, your workout is finished. That's it. And every morning, please eat fruits and, some kind of veg protein. Veg protein is very important.
For
Thank
people,
you.
yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
So, yeah, I have a question. For example, for people who are in ship right now, how they can, what kind of regime they can follow? Like some ship have some fitness equipment, but what can be the general regime that they can create, a training regime to keep themselves fit? So, I'm happy to say a lot of our seniors and juniors are very engaged in fitness during when they are sailing. So they join, they get their gym equipments ordered if that is not on board, and they create an environment of similar environment. I've seen few of my backmates also doing the same. But what can be a general regime so that you are not hurting yourself also? and you are maintaining your onboard fitness.
Right. Pratik, actually, the first thing that I would point out with relevance to onboard ship is never skip a meal. That's it. I'm telling you, that has to be the rule number one. Okay. Now, I have also on ships, I have seen all kinds of ships from, the bad ones, the new ones, the old ones. I've seen pretty much everything. And one thing that I've never done is a skip the meal. Those 15 minutes will not hamper anything. Nothing will stop. I'm telling you, I promise nothing will stop. Now, once you skip a meal, you are damaging your body. That is the way it is. So never skip a meal. That is the first rule. Second rule, I understand. I totally understand. Every day you won't get time on board ship to do workout. That is like impossible. But you can always go for, body weight exercises. Having 50 squats at your cabin. Nobody, like do 50 squats, 20 push-ups. That's it. You're done. You're good. You're good to go. Sit down cross-leg. If you are into yoga or meditation, that is even better. 2 minutes of just sitting quietly thinking nothing, that work wonders. It won't take much time. 30 minutes is max, I tell you, to keep your body in good shape.
Good to know, sir. Good to know these things. So I guess we can start with 20 minutes and then move to 30 minutes
Yes.
if someone who has not been there. And I would like, if anyone has any question, they can go ahead and ask, and we'll be happy to answer those questions. And
Satya, Satya, Satyadeep sir, like how much is your this heart rate? When you do this in gym and all, like what's the target for that? Like,
Yeah, honestly, see, me personally, if I tell you, I don't use any gadgets. I'm not a big fan of gadgets, but but I go by the feel factor. But it's been many years for me training, so I really don't need those gadgets. But yes, in a general note, I will say your resting heart rate. If you have a resting heart rate close to 60, that is very good. Okay, that is like excellent. Pro athletes, they drop it to 40 also, but then those are like, the pro athletes training daily and all. My heart rate, I think it will be somewhere close to 52, 54 resting heart rate, those areas. And while during
great, great.
workout, no, there are zones. Like from the minimum heart rate to the
Yes,
max heart
yes,
rate, you go, it is divided into 5 zones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yes.
So zone 2, zone
Depending on
3.
intensity, basically. Yes.
Yes, yes. Zone 2, Zone 3 training, I would suggest. Zone 2 and Zone 3 training is best for fat loss and general health. That is around 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. Max heart rate is nothing but 220 minus your age.
Okay. And sir, what about VO2? Like, how much is generally like it should be like during the exercise period?
See, VO2, if for pro athletes, again, it is 60 plus. If you have 60 plus, you are like
Okay.
pro. But for
Okay.
normal 45, 40, 50, 40 to 50, it's like, I think, okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, thank you for answering that, sir. And yeah, I have question, but if anyone has any question, they can always ask. We'll now move to the very, very interesting section now, where it is, let's say, a sailor who wish to start mountaineering, but people do not know where to start. Uh, you have learned it hard way. You have actually took you, I guess, almost more than a decade to learn that. But if you are there guiding someone, he might achieve similar result in 4, 5, 6 years.
Yes,
But he will know the path he uh, has to follow.
right.
So there is a lot of misconception that for starting mountaineering, it is very, very expensive as a sport. So I would like you to guide us, for someone who has a limited budget. They are young, 25, 26, maybe 35, 40-year old, and would love to start mountaineering. So how we can go about that if we want to uh, become a mountaineer, not a professional mountaineer, but we would like
Yes.
to climb mountain, and return back home alive. That's, I guess, the key thing, because when you were creating world record and we all were following, I see a lot of people died climbing the same Everest. So on that year as well. So these are the stories which we all have heard. So, for example, let's play. I aim to conquer Everest base camp, a starting point,
Yes,
in 12 months.
12
So,
months, correct.
what are the cost of those training? If we can break down the cost of similar thing, and uh, how we can plan about that. Like,
So, yes, mountaineering, see, again, it's a very specific sport. And for mountaineering or any other sport in general, if you want to learn, what I suggest is go for a professional training first. Not very lengthy months and months or years of training. Now, not that kind. 15, 20 days, 3 weeks, at least you know what is what. At least you get an idea of how things go about in mountaineering. And for mountaineering, India has some very good institutes. I will tell you, the Ministry of Defense. This operates two very good institutes: HMI Darjeeling and NIM Uttarkashi. I learned from NIM Uttarkashi, and there are other state institutes as well. So, and they are very economical, because they are government funded, they are government sponsored. So they are very economical. Hardly they charge I know 20-25K for a month of training, including everything, the food and everything. They give you equipment, they train you well. So if any person who wants to actually, go into mountaineering, I will always recommend those courses. There are two courses, basic and advanced. You do the basic first, and if you get a grade, you do the advanced. So learn, and then second comes actually going in the mountains. Start
Sorry,
slow.
sorry, I can't join this one.
Come again?
some disturbance only, I guess.
Okay.
So, so say Uttarkashi, someone is training for 1 month, is transport and everything. It might be like a 40-50K kind of a thing. In dollar, it might be a $700-800 for a month of training, including airfare and everything.
No, not in doesn't include airfare. It starts at Uttarkashi. They have an institute there. Once you reach there, it's all theirs.
Okay.
Food, stay, equipment, whatever you need. Like that
Okay.
1 month, they won't ask 1 rupee also. After you pay some 25-30,000, that's it.
Okay. Okay. And then, like, what is after that? What is the mountains where someone should plan? Uh,
Correct.
peak. Someone who is starting up. What are the peaks they should plan?
Right. Now, when you actually start, trekking and all, I'll say first go with the treks. There are like 4,000 meter, 5,000 meters. This is altitude I'm talking about. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. Okay. So as a beginner, you go with the light one, say 4,000 meter, any trek. There are a lot of trek operators. Now in this, I will not suggest you to go with the absolute cheapest one. Because see, safety, as we can see in ship or anywhere, safety has its price. If you try to make it very cheap, it will somewhere down the line become unsafe. And we don't want that, because this is our life, we are talking about. So don't go with the cheapest. Don't go with the most expensive also. You can always ask someone who knows the matter. Like for our seafarers, I'm always there. So start low, start very simple. And it's better to go on a simple track and feel that, array, it was too simple for me, rather than to go on a very difficult one and face some risk and come back and say, okay, it was too difficult, I won't do it again. So start very, very simple, and gradually you can do it. And as of Everest Base Camp, as Pratik mentioned, see, Everest Base Camp, cost wise, I would say it will somewhere be around, it's a bit expensive. I won't be lying to you, like from 80,000 to 1 lakh. It will come in those range. Now, if you want
INR.
to, pardon?
INR.
INR. Yeah. Now, if you want to reduce cost, there is a way, because I did in 2000, I think 16 somewhere, but I went alone. I went alone without any guide or any agency hiring. I just, take the permit from Nepali government. They easily give it. And I went alone. That way it can be very, very cheap, but you should have the confidence of doing that. You shouldn't be in a situation where you go alone, you reach 5,000 meter, you fall sick, and there is no one to help you out. So if you have that confidence, I would say 2, 3, 4 treks before, and then EBC you can do alone. The trail is well marked. You won't get lost. That is impossible. Only thing is that you should not, altitude should not hit you. You should not suffer health wise. Otherwise, you won't get lost. It's pretty straightforward, this thing. And if you go alone, I think it can be done in 50, 60K. That much at least. That much though at least you'll have to spend, because lodges you have to take every day a lodge to sleep and food, and the flight, the domestic flight, all those things. And as for the training part, I will come to the training part. If we talk about EBC, it's not very difficult, but it's not very simple as well. So, like, again, if you spend 1 hour daily doing a mix of cardio and strength, I think EBC can be achieved.
For everyone, EBC is Everest Base Camp.
Yes.
If you joining late, you are discussing. So, what are like few suggested treks you can suggest for people who are starting out? What can be those like 2, 3 treks that you would suggest? And like if you know the ballpark cost of those treks, and would be open to taking few of the DMETians to Everest Base Camp. So because we would feel confident going alongside you.
Treks, Pratik, treks. I don't do many treks, so I'm not very well versed. They're all websites like I think Mangankot, Uttaranchal, they have a lot of, and Himachal, they have a lot of small treks starting from Dehradun, and in Uttaranchal, they start from Manali. So all those treks can be done. As of the names and all, I really am not into trekking that much, but yeah, there are websites which will easily provide. And like we have a tie-up with one company. If anybody approaches me, I can always guide them. And as of taking EBC DMETs, I am always open. There is like no question. I'll be very happy. We'll have a good time. And yeah, I think our DMETians, people are working on ship, average wise, they are good. Physically, they are very good, at least above average, I will say. So it won't take more than 3, 4 months for them to prepare their body for EBC. I think within 6 months is the max time. I think 6 months, if we prepare, we can all go to EBC.
So my question is, can that kind of training be achieved online, or we have to visit somewhere and do we have to do a Uttarkashi training for EBC as well?
Okay, no, Uttarkashi, no. Treks, you don't need Uttarkashi like training for treks at all. And it can be achieved online, suppose like the way I am doing it. Even I have clients, 2 clients of Everest next year. So they are like, we provide them the workout routine on a daily basis, take the feedback, and they work out in their gym and a ground. So that is how it can be done. And EBC, it's not, as I said, it's not a very difficult track. It's a simple one. But yes, you need preparation. Like it cannot be like, just, you get out of bed and go to EBC. It's not that simple as well.
Because I've seen like a lot of people who are young folks also who are climbing mountains and achieving extraordinary results. So I guess for someone who wishes to pursue a path like you, you can always help them.
Yes.
And
I'm very happy.
guide them in that path.
I'll be
And
very
I would also be very, very happy if a DMETian breaks your world record, say climbing 3 times in 1 week.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
If
Nothing
anyone has
like-
any question for Satyadeep sir, so would be happy to answer. We have IMU director also joined. We welcome sir. Welcome to the session. And
thank you very much.
Happy to have you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, I just saw the message and therefore joined in late.
So for Satyadeep sir is a DMET alumni, DMET IMU alumni, who is a world record holding mountaineer. If you have any question for Satyadeep sir, you can ask, sir. Amit sir.
Sat, can I raise? Can I ask a question, Satyadeep?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay,
Please.
basically, I have been able to join in only just now because I just saw the message. But maybe you can possibly talk a little bit about the importance of perseverance and determination, because I'm sure these are the prime criteria for any mountaineering activity, and how it helps the students in every faculty, not only mountaineering, but in their academic pursuit, in their career, everywhere.
Yes.
So maybe a little more insight on this.
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking this important question first thing, because as I said before also, motivation is a very short-lived, emotion or phenomena. Determination altogether, it will take you places. And what is
Absolutely.
determination actually? What is determination? First thing, let's delve into it. Is determination, getting excited that, okay, I'll do this? I don't think so. Determination is something, that I set a goal that within this time frame, I will reach there. That's it. And then there are no questions asked, there are no excuses made. That's it. I mean, the deal is done now. That is the promise you make to yourself. Determination is that. And it is boring. First thing, we have to, accept it. It will be very boring. You have to do same thing again and again and again. But that is the way it is. If you want to get good at anything in life, you have to, practice it again and again and again. And that is where determination comes in, that I will not get bored of running, of, or reading a book. I've seen nowadays, even like, my circles, very few people read books. I still read books. I can't, relate to those videos or gathering information. I can't relate. So that's a habit I have made. And that is when determination comes in. As Dilip sir also agreed that first you have a goal and then you have determination. So if you have a goal, determination will follow. And once determination follows, that's it. You don't need anything else. And my philosophy is like discipline is everything. Even discipline will beat even hard work. A disciplined person will outdo, even a person who works hard. Because a disciplined person will every day work. That consistency, that perseverance, that, I will prevail. That is very important. And I'll give you a live example, sir, of this Everest summit when I was going. What happened? When I was submitting Lhotse the second time, like I had submitted Everest, Lhotse, I had come to base camp. I had again submitted Everest, and then I was going for Lhotse. So there were a bunch of Sherpas who were going to rescue, not rescue, like recover a dead body. So we started talking with them. Yeah, we started talking to them, and in the midst of all talking and all, I somehow forgot my water bottles in the camp. I didn't carry my water bottles for the Lhotse summit when I went, and that's a grueling, 6-7 hours summit. And when I reached after 2-3 hours, I realized that I'm feeling thirsty. Let's drink water. Then when I noticed that, I thought, "Arey, I left it." Now that is what determination is. I was determined to summit. Like I will not back down no matter what happened. That was the state of mind, and hopefully I did it. So once, see, you cannot have everything. Like, you cannot have the luxuries of life. Getting up at 9 o'clock, and you think that I will achieve my goal. That won't happen. So determination, to you need.
Thank you for that answer. And thank you, Director Sir, for asking that question from Satyadeep.
Thanks, Satyadeep. It was excellently, lucidly put across. Great. Thanks, Sitan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If anyone has any question, they're like free to ask Satyadeep Sir. We have still some time left. And we'll be happy to answer that. So, and for young cadets, my advice is learn to ask a lot of questions whenever you meet an alumni, and because these are experiential years of learning that you won't get anywhere. So I see a lot of young cadets who have joined, but they're not asking any question. So whenever I am around any senior, I pick their brains to that level that they are always running away from me. So that is some habit that you should develop.
Right.
To try to learn from senior. Isham, you has raised hand. You can go ahead and ask question, Isham. Okay, it's like, okay, I guess he
Yes, sir.
accidentally.
So My question is, how much does it usually cost to cover an entire trip from scratch? Like when I don't know anything from training to covering the whole trip, sir.
See, training is not very expensive unless you start, doing it at a very professional level. Because when we start doing it at a professional level, the diet itself will become very expensive on a daily basis. And other than that, training is not very expensive. You join a gym nowadays, they're not very expensive. And about the workout, what you have to do, again, that you can find, like on an average level, it won't be costing much. But yes, if you go for a professional level, it will cost. And about the trek, uh, I would suggest a beginner starting level trek, 30,000, 20, 30,000 easily for a, 5 days, 4 days. That much it can be done.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you want to start a tech, keep around 50K. 50K, I think it should be like, it will give you a very good experience, trek and training.
Yes, sir.
And for all the juniors who have joined here, when you start to see sailing career, you will be traveling across the globe. But not the time has changed. So no one gets to spend time on port and these days, because even bulk carrier, the discharging and loading happens so fast that you are not able to. So when you are back at land, try to take some time and travel across India, travel across globe, because that is something that lot of philosophers and lot of experienced people have shared, and it is like also written in primary text. The knowledge you learn from traveling is unparalleled. So even the knowledge you learn from, and it is beyond fitness. Like it is the knowledge I like about the insights about life and death and these things when you climb mountain, and those insights which you feel, then you become a different person altogether. Whenever you meet a mountaineer, you will feel that energy coming from them. Uh, and that is something that I would love everyone to experience in their life. And that can only happen if you are traveling. And always keep money aside to travel across the globe. Always. Because, you know, I have seen a lot of my batchmates who are no one is from well-to-do family when they are joining DMET. Hardly maybe 1 or 2% of people. So a lot of my batchmates, all their life has now gone in uplifting their family, uh, and they have not given time to themselves, and it's something they regret a lot. And as a senior, I would really like to guide everyone, tell everyone that that time you are not going to get. You won't be 30 twice, you won't be 35 twice, you won't be 40 twice. So that is the only problem science has not able to resolve. So when you have time, travel across India, travel across globe, नाप दो पूरा सब कुछ ऊपर से नीचे तक. And it is not very expensive. And it is, people feel that it's very expensive. It's not. And so that is something that trek karo, go around ocean. सेलिंग पे अब इतना मिलता नहीं यार. हम लोग के समय भी I was sailing, even hardly we would get a port stay long enough to roam around, and पर उसमें भी 6 घंटे की अपनी स्लीप सेक्रीफाइस करके ही आदमी जाता है.
Correct.
Because कई बार 6 on 6 off हम लोग का रहता था. So that is not, but when you are across land, try to get some time out and travel with a group of friends, create memories across. So वो लाइफ की वो फिनोमिनल जो चीजें होती हैं ना, ट्रैवल से ही मिलती हैं. और आप कहीं भी किसी भी प्राइमरी टेक्स्ट में किसी फिलोसफर के, ट्रैवलर के, माउंटेनियर की कोई भी किताब उठा के पढ़ लोगे, तो दैट इज अनपैरेलल. और अगर वो
और
स्टोरी, अगर हाँ सर, सत्यदीप सर
एक
भी
चीज मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगा प्रतीक, और लाइफ में ना हमेशा यार कभी अकेले ट्रैवल करके देखो. लोग कहते हैं आप दोस्तों के साथ जाओ, इसके साथ जाओ. ये एक बैरियर था मेरे साथ भी पहले, जब मैं माउंटेनियरिंग शुरू कर रहा था. यार कोई दोस्त नहीं है, कैसे जाऊं. फिर धीरे धीरे वो मैंने कहा वो पावर ऑफ ड्रीम इतना स्ट्रांग था कि मैंने कहा कि चलना ही है कुछ भी हो जाए, तो आई स्टार्टेड ट्रैवलिंग अलोन। तो फिर मुझे लगा ना यार ये एक अलग टाइप का, मतलब आई वुड से इट्स लाइक एडिक्शन, ट्रैवलिंग अलोन हैज इट्स ओन चार्म। तो कभी अकेले ट्रैवल करके देखो, वो बैरियर ब्रेक हो जाता है, तो तुम्हें कुछ नया करना है ना, तो तुम्हें सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा कि यार मेरा दोस्त नहीं कर रहा है या किसके साथ करूं, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, मुझे करना है, आगे बढ़ोगे आप करोगे। तो ये एक बैरियर ब्रेक होना बहुत जरूरी है, तो कुछ भी काम करिए, थोड़े काम जो है अकेले करिए।
Um, yeah, love to hear that because lot of time when we were young, we planned lot of trip with friends, which never happened.
करेक्ट।
Even I'm sitting at Thailand right now, and I was supposed to be with my two of my batchmates, but I'm as of now at last moment they cancelled that. I'm here alone with my family, but um, so that has not stopped me from traveling. So and that should not, and those friends will always cancel it. Some things will happen in their life that will cancel. अब सत्यदीप सर ही ना वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड सबके साथ नहीं बना सकते थे. Yeah, well, two of my batchmates together, he created world record on his own. So that is something that we should learn from. And I guess whenever you will talk to such seniors, you will always inspire and get inspired by their journeys. और हमारे ना,
Pratik,
yes sir,
somebody asking a question in the chat.
okay.
What are the types of expenditures? Additionally, what are the essential equipment and life-saving tools? See, on a trek or mountaineering, or like the main expense is paying a guide, because you cannot go without a guide. Like even I go anywhere, I need a guide to tell me where is the route. No, because okay, the mountain I have been to, I know the route, but completely new mountain, I won't know the new route. So you have to hire a local guide. We always hire some local guide from a person, local village. So we have to pay him, of course. Then food is another expense, because we have to carry food. Butane canisters, we have to carry small butane canister, because we need to make water by melting snow. So we need butane. Then other than that, the gear, that equipment that you're talking about, the main equipment is tent, your backpack, your good boots, your clothing, like the winter clothing and all, to protect you from the cold, sunglasses, like all the personal clothing. And when we talk about life-saving tools, now life-saving tools, usually we have a medical kit with us. It's not a very exhaustive medical kit, because our exhaustive medical kit and medical equipment will be at the base camp. So our target is, if something happens above the base camp, for a first aid, just to bring down the person to base camp, and then we'll deal with it. So small, basic crepe bandage for a cut, sopramycin or betadine, those kind of things. We make a medical kit. Painkillers, heavy painkillers sometimes we make, because if someone breaks a bone or something, you have to still come back. You cannot stay there, na? There nothing will help you. So we have some very strong, like Brufen, people take 400, 600 mgs, I have seen. So they won't feel the pain, and at least they'll come back. And then we'll see. From there, we can always, arrange choppers or whatever rescue is possible. So all those things, everything costs money. Like, you cannot have it for
And
free.
Tanmay, for everyone who was no, so once you start mountaineering, it's a very interesting community. So I have actually in last 1 year I've met a lot of mountaineers thanks to Satyadeep sir, and the cost also comes down because, for example, if you are going in certain climbing certain mountain and Satyadeep sir is at home, they always tend to share their equipments around. So if you're
Yes.
going in Pega, yeah, they are. So that is where you become part of community, and it is a very different kind of community. So I was very surprised by uh, so that thing, because Satyadeep sir was carrying all kinds of expensive cameras when he was going for mountain, and he said that this is from this mountaineer. मैंने बोला यार गजब लोग हैं, इतना महंगा महंगा दे दे रहे हैं. So मैंने बोला अगर टूट गया तो बोला यार होता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. So that is also when you become part of, so try to also become part of some community around you. uh, Maybe if you are in a city where 10 DMETians are there, if you are already an alumni, try to create some community where you can engage in certain activities and do those things together. And doing that always brings the cost down. uh, because at times the coach Ishan has, I guess, one question. He has raised hand again. So go ahead, Ishan.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, so my question was, how did you manage your passion for mountaineering, sir, alongside professional and family responsibilities? And if you have any advice for others trying to balance such pursuits?
See, when it comes to balance, once I shared an article on LinkedIn also that balance will give you results not above average. Like, I'm sorry to say, don't take it the negative way. I'm not saying that you don't balance it, but I was balancing everything up to like past 2-3 years behind. When I was going on ships also, I was doing mountaineering also. Family is always there. Up to after a point, I understood the fact that no, this won't work. If I'm up to going after balancing everything now, I cannot scale up my mountaineering. That is not going to happen only. That is when I decided to take a break from sailing, and then I pursued mountaineering professionally. But if you want to actually just take it on a average basis, very well, you always try to encourage your family to have a vacation with you when you come back home, and then you can have time for yourself also. And you have to make your family understand that having alone time is also very important, and that
Yes, sir.
is true for your family also, huh? It's not that she is always going with you everywhere. She should also go somewhere, with the group, with her friends and everyone. So that is how slowly she will also get to understand you that one should have a alone time. And
Sir.
that is how you balance. And for shipping, I will say, I never used to sell more. I used to, like, if the taxes are, I'll pay the taxes. I've minimalized my expenses. Other than mountaineering, I don't have any expense at all. I still don't own a bike. So that is like, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So ideal thing is like you cannot have everything. If you want to balance, you have to leave out some things. It's not that tomorrow I decide I'll have a 10 lakh bike also and I'll go to Everest also. That won't work.
Yes, sir.
One more lesson learned that आई गेस ये ना मिथ होता है कॉलेज के बाद सब हो जाएगा पहले में था ना कि आईटी निकाल लो
हाँ.
लाइफ सेट वो
I think
मिथ है भाई
Cadet Rishu is raising his hand.
गो अहेड anyone has any cadet issue you had question you
Yes,
can ask.
please go ahead. Okay, Mr. Dipanjan, I think you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, sir. I'm presently a cadet, third year cadet, and I have been an athlete. I've been a swimmer, and I also used to do recreational powerlifting. So one thing when I used to train, I used to notice that
You are again muted. Like, unmute yourself, Can't hear you. Pratik, he's on mute.
Deepanjan, can you like unmute yourself? I cannot.
yes,
या म्यूट हो जा रहा है अपने आप ही
yes. Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I have been an athlete. I used to do recreational powerlifting, and I also used to do swimming training. I guess all my fellow athletes would share one thing in common, that the body is always sore after training, and I used to train daily. So,
Right.
sir, what according to you are some recovery methods so that an athlete can get some resting period, and for someone who trains at least 5 times or 6 times a week?
Yes. Actually, Dipanjan, are you using a smartwatch?
Yes, I do use a smartwatch.
Is
Yes.
there a heart rate variability in it feature? Heart rate variability.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
There
So you
is.
know what heart rate variability is?
I'm not really aware, sir. I just bought the smartwatch. I don't know
Okay.
exactly. I
No worries.
saw
I'll,
the
I'll, I'll
keywords, but
share my
I'm not aware.
information with you. See, heart rate variability is basically when the two heartbeats, the time difference between two heartbeats is not uniform. That time difference varies with each heartbeat. Okay, it is in milliseconds. The time they measure in milliseconds. So when that time difference, if it is uniform, your body is not recovering fast. So that time difference, the variability should be there. They call it heart rate variability, and it is like 50-60 milliseconds. It can go up to 100-120 milliseconds also for very top athletes. So that is how you can measure how fast your body is recovering. Okay. And the second thing is, see, if you are working out in the morning, say, for example, I'll give you, like I work out heavy in the morning, then evening, what I will do is I'll go for a 30-40 minutes yoga session, just light stretching, and all those movements where there is soreness, I'll try to stretch those rigorously, not light stretching, good rigorous stretching, but stretching. And I won't use weights. Weights are only for the morning. That helps me. The second aspect is diet. Now, the diet, you should know what your body needs, first thing. And you have to eat accordingly. For that, you have to, contact some dietitian or some professional guy, because again, swimming and powerlifting are very different sports, and diet has to be there. And sleep. If you're not sleeping well, nothing will work. Trust me. The best way to recover your body is good 6 to 8 hours sleep. For that sleep, then again, if you have a magnesium deficiency, you will not get better sleep. So it's like connected. The things are connected: the diet, the exercise, the stretching, and the sleep. And even if you still feel that you are working heavy and not recovering well, there is always ice bath. Ice bath, I have done, like, after long runs and all, I do ice bath. That really helps the muscle soreness.
Yes, sir. About that, actually, I do have a follow-up question. Some people used to recommend me hot water bath, steam bath, and then again, some people would recommend me ice bath. So, ice bath boosts the hormones, the cortisol levels, the stress levels go down very much. Ice bath, which I personally faced, is I used to feel sick. I used to fall feverish.
Okay. See,
So, what is the way
yeah,
I
I'll tell
can?
you. See, your this thing, steam bath. Steam bath is excellent for weight loss, I'm telling you, because it boosts your metabolism. Okay. So if your goal is achieving weight loss or controlling fat, steam bath is good. And even for athletes also, steam bath is good. No doubt about it. But what professional athletes do is they do steam bath, and immediately after that, they will go to ice bath. That is something called a shock therapy for your muscles, and your muscles will feel less sore and they will function better. And now for the feverish part, I'll tell you what, even this is live example I'm telling you. When I started ice bath, what I did, I put lot of ice. I put some 4 kg ice in some, I think 50 liters of water, and it became very cold, freezing cold. I was like, damn, 20 seconds I was freezing. Then with hit and trial, I came down to a figure where I can sustain in the ice bucket for say 2 minutes. That much ice I will put. So you have to find out about your body, that how much temperature is good for your body. And that, you have to do with hit and trial only. There is no other way. Like, people will tell you this, that, but ultimately you have to try it on your body. And there will be a point where your body will get used to it. And slowly, slowly, you can increase the ice content, lower down the temperatures further and further, but it will take time. But it will happen, sure. So that way you can overcome that feverish part.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
To raise hands, if anyone has any question, they can. Deepanjan, I guess, if anyone has any question, they can, like, they're free to ask. Shurajit, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Shubhrajit Singhara, 8958, batch of 2023. So, sir, my question was that you were talking about doing exercises regularly when we are on board. For example, at least 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, depending on the time that we have. So, as I have sailed on container ships and especially on the liners, sir, the maneuvering part, as you might be knowing, sir, it is too much. We don't get much time for ourselves as well. So how do you suggest to keep up with the continuity of doing the same for those times?
See, onboard ship, I can agree, like, there is always a limitation of time. मेरे साथ भी होता था, and that is one of the most important reason why I had to stop sailing, because मैं 4-5 घंटे वर्कआउट करना चाह रहा था अपने गोल्स के लिए. अगेन 20 मिनट्स निकाला जा सकता है. 20 मिनट्स, अगर आप 20 मिनट्स नहीं निकाल पा रहे हैं तो लाइक यू कैन लाइक मैन्योरिंग कितना होगा हफ्ते महीने में 4 दिन 5 दिन, अगर बहुत ज्यादा ही हो रहा है तो कभी कभी जैसे मैं खुद पर्सनली क्या करता था मैन्योरिंग टाइम में, आई एम जस्ट वॉकिंग, ब्रिस्क वॉकिंग इन इंजन रूम ओनली. ये सब भी मैंने किया है. बट वो बहुत कुछ कुछ एक आध शिफ्ट ऐसे मिले थे मुझे, जो कि मैं पर्सनली हमेशा टैंकर्स पे सेल किया है, तो उतना ज्यादा कभी इशू मिला नहीं मुझे. बट टाइम तो बॉस आपको ही निकालना है. टाइम का तो लाइक यू हैव टू टेक इट आउट. बाकी ये वही मैं कह रहा हूँ कि अगर आप जिम नॉट जाओ, आप अपने कैबिन में जाओ, 40-50 पुशअप्स कर लो, 50 स्क्वाट कर लो. 50 स्क्वाट और 50 पुशअप बहुत अच्छा है. दैट इज गुड. मतलब बॉडी आपका जो है रिजल्ट दिखा देगी आपको. और अगर कुछ भी नहीं हो पा रहा है तो बाहर इंजन रूम में ही ब्रिस्क वॉक कर लो. उतना तो कर ही सकते हैं.
थैंक यू सर फॉर आई गेस अमेजिंग आंसर. टाइम नहीं निकाल पा रहे लाइफ में, भाई गलती हमारी ही है.
टाइम
अगर
तो
हम
निकालना पड़ेगा.
so that is mistake is ours. Anything we want to do in life, if we cannot take, if we are too busy for that, it means that we are at fault. कुछ टाइम मैनेजमेंट की गड़बड़ है, कुछ हमारे उस सारी डिटर्मिनेशन ना हो इतना. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे कुछ चाहिए होता है तो टाइम मैं निकाल लेता हूँ. इट्स नॉट अ फिटनेस गोल, बट कुछ भी करना होता है लाइफ में, मुझे टाइम की कभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती. आई हैव लाइक टाइम इज समथिंग आई हैव अबंडेंस ऑफ. इस चीज की प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट you will learn throughout the years in your life, and you should learn to how to manage that. आप नेटफ्लिक्स मत देखो, बिंज वॉचिंग मत करो, देखो कितना टाइम बच जाएगा. कोई कुछ मत देखो आप. मैं एक 8 एपिसोड की सीरीज में 1 साल से देख रहा हूँ, मैं देख ही नहीं पाया हूँ अभी तक. सो दैट इज
मैंने तो
समथिंग.
सीरीज ही नहीं देखी है प्रतीक. लाइक आई एम टेलिंग यू, अदर देन माउंटेनियरिंग, जब हम लोग वहां जाते हैं बेस कैंप पे, थोड़ा बहुत टाइम मिल जाता है तो मैं कुछ सीरीज या मूवी देख लेता हूँ, वरना कंप्लीटली लाइक टीवी देख ही नहीं पाते हैं. और हम लोग को क्या ओके विद इट.
So I guess one we have like, okay, Rishu has raised hand.
इशू, यस.
He already asked the question.
यस ऋषु, यू कैन गो अहेड.
I guess the question पूछ लिया था सर पहले.
अच्छा, ओके.
So thank you, sir, for joining in. We get like a lot of insights, and you can always you can share your like email. I guess it's hello@satyapro.com, no? Or something like that.
Can I message it like?
Yeah. Share your email. If anyone has any mountaineering related aspiration and fitness related aspiration, Satyadeep sir has also launched his platform, LTH. That's training aspiring mountaineers, helping them uh, climb mountains. So that is something, if you wish to pursue, you can always connect. And he is a DMET alumni. You can guys are always free to reach out.
Yeah, you can reach out. You can like search on Google, Insta, LinkedIn,
Yeah.
anywhere. Like it's very
Anywhere
simple
you can connect with him.
nowadays.
And if you have any doubts, you can always ask him. So and
Pratik, director again,
yes,
can I
yes,
just come in for a minute?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, Satyadeep, you see there are about only 84, 85 students who are monitoring, including the alumni. So the reach of this particular mechanism of, sharing your experience and students gaining from it is getting limited. Would it be possible for Pratik possibly to organize some campus on live kind of
Yeah,
a talk session?
definitely, sir. Definitely, we'll organize
Like,
a.
yeah, like we did for this Mr.
Yeah,
Sanjeev Sanyal.
definitely,
You
sir.
know,
Definitely,
the
will.
impact is much more when you have the person speaking on live, and the reach out is much more.
Yeah, definitely, sir. I've been
Let's
encouraging.
try and do some more of these kind of live events.
Definitely, sir. We'll do that, and we'll plan something nearby. And we should actually encourage all the alumni and industry expert to visit campus as well.
Yeah, I
Because-
think so. And that way the connect between the students and alumni also increases, and we can possibly work out a much better transfer of experience and expertise. The knowledge sharing is that much better.
Yes.
Right.
And this video will go live, so I will also share with all the Samvad team members as well.
Yeah, but the
Recording
impact
of-
is best when it is seen, one-on-one.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll also arrange a session of in-campus session with Satyadeep sir as well, going in future. Very, very
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, I think in future, let's look at more opportunities of those kind.
Sure,
Definitely.
sure.
Will be done. You have
Thank you.
ordered, will be done, sir.
Yes.
And thank you for
It is not an
supporting
order,
us.
it is a suggestion.
No, sir. You are guardian of IMU Calcutta campus, so we need your support to help cadets achieve their full potential.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
without
that is the basic purpose, true.
So thank you, Satyadeep sir, and thank you everyone for joining in.
Thank you everyone for joining.
And it
Thanks,
was
Satyadeep, once again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, and see you next week with some exciting session. The recording will be up in 24 hours. Stay fit, stay happy, keep smiling, and resolution of all the disputes can be done by a dialogue where people can, and that is something which I want to say to all the cadets who have joined today, and all the seniors and juniors. बात नहीं करोगे तो कभी सॉल्यूशन नहीं मिलेगा किसी चीज का. अब बात करिए, आपको लाइफ का हर आंसर मिल जाएगा, हर प्रॉब्लम. I talk to 20-30 seniors on daily basis, just seeking solutions to my problems. मैंने कभी इस चीज का पैसा नहीं दिया है सीनियर, किसी भी सीनियर. और सीनियर्स आर ऑलवेज देयर टू हेल्प, एंड वी विल ऑलवेज बी देयर टू हेल्प आवर जूनियर्स.
Yes, of course. We have to. We have to help each other.
So thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you Anand sir for joining from ship. And I hope I did. And we'll see everyone next week, same time, same. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Any, Pratik, any information about
No, ठीक है अभी.
development? No, we will discuss with later. Right.
Okay, Pratik. I'm
Bye.
leaving. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Chalo, good.